Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me today. So we're going to be doing a very quick get ready with me. We're still going to be using the Cosmic Beauty Serenity palette. So I don't know whether this is the last look, just because the Shop My Stash is due and I know that I've got other palettes to use. How many other palettes, I don't know. I know there's another palette with the Colourpop Flutterby, which I'm doing on Friday. So Friday's tomorrow. Oh yeah, and then there's the Revolution Enchantment. That needs to be a couple of looks as well. So we won't be doing the Shop My Stash anytime soon. Anyway, let's go in with the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I think I will be doing the Project 10 Uses update though. I want to keep like a week apart at least, because at the moment I've not really been using my Shop My Stash items that I've pulled. I've used them a couple of times, but just not much. I use this every time I do makeup. So although it is in Project Pan, I guess you can call it Shop My Stash as well, because I don't pull any other Poreless primer in until it's gone. I've enjoyed using it. A friend bought it for me a while back now. A friend bought it for me a while back now, so I've enjoyed using it. But if you're asking, would I personally go out and buy it again for my collection, then the answer's no, I don't think I would. Right, I don't really have time for this, but we're going to have to do some mixing of the foundation. We're going to have to be a bit of a scientist. So the Maybelline New Look Dewy and Smooth in the shade Porcelain at 110. I go in first with that. Right, so it's just a tiny bit, and I place that just here, here. And then we're going with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. If you know, you know. If you don't, this is what I do. Because both these foundations are in Project Pan, and you can see just how dark this is. Or you'll see it in a minute compared to the foundation I've been using. Can you see how much lighter that is? So I'll put more of this one on, just so that they can get mixed well. And then just blend. Does anyone know of a good vanilla fragrance? I've been just wanting, I don't know what's up with me, I've just been wanting a vanilla fragrance. Kylie has come out with body mists, and one of them is vanilla. So I don't know whether to get that and just layer it over a perfume. I mean, I'm not getting it anytime soon, but I might treat myself for Christmas. I thought about getting the Kayali vanilla perfume, but my friend Lisa said it's more oriental. And there's the Ariana Grande. I'm sure somebody told me that really does smell like vanilla in a live stream once. So the mod one. So they do vanilla and they do blush. I don't want the blush one, I just want the vanilla. So do you know I will get that fragrance subscription? I didn't get it last month because I didn't need to. I've still got a fragrance by them that I haven't even used yet, which is the Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth. But anyway, for October, I've put in Lancome La Vie Belle, because they brought out a new vanilla one, Vanilla Nude. And then for November, I put in Ariana Grande's vanilla one. So, but if you know of any others, please let me know in the comments. I will be forever grateful, because vanilla is just one of those scents that I really, really like. I'm thinking about maybe going to the Body Shop in the UK when I'm next in the city centre and just seeing if they've got any mists. I know probably the likes of Bath and Body Works would, but we don't have one in the city that I live in. I'd have to go all the way to Manchester. So please don't tell me Bath and Body Works do it or Victoria's Secrets do it, because I can't get there. And I don't want to be placing online orders. Right, is this okay? I didn't put any highlighter on any of my cream stick. Can we just go over the top with that? Right, so New Look Glow highlighter stick, which is nearly gone. And we'll try and blend it out. I normally go in with a lot more than that, but it's not like I'm in a rush. I've got plenty of time. But again, I've got to go to my mum's to pick up. I gave a top to my niece, and it's at my mum's. I forgot it last night, so I need to go and do that. Right, now we're going to go in with the Glossier Stretch Concealer in G12. Also, the That's Expensive Project pen is due as well. So I've got a few updates to do. I might use the That's Expensive. I don't know whether to use the That's Expensive face palette. I can use that as well as a Dior blush. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because the Dior blush I think I've only used one time. Just because I've been using other Project pen items. Powder. Let's go on with this Units Loose Powder and Transparent. This is part of Shop My Stash. It's not in a project or anything. Probably do need to put a powder in my project. But I'm thinking what I'll do is bring a powder in each month in the project 10 uses and just rotate them. And that way I'll know after 10 uses, do I keep, do I declutter? So, like I said, I'm going to my sister's. There's a package there from my friend Naomi. I know what it is. It's for Christmas, it's not for now. It's from Odin's Eye. She let me choose something, which, forever grateful. I can't wait to show you them. I don't think it'll be Boxing Day. I think it will be the day after Boxing Day. My Christmas routine is go to my mum's, open presents with her. Then we don't go to my sister's till Boxing Day. So obviously I'm not going to have my gift off her till Boxing Day. So it's going to be the 27th when I get around to coming on here. Maybe a live, you know, I might do it live stream. Right, let's put some of this on the forehead. So like that. I'm going to get another week out of my Shop My Stash products, and that will just be 5 weeks. It is what it is. This is fairly new. It's one of my newest powders that I've opened. When I say new, it doesn't mean I've gone out and bought it. A friend sent it to me like 2 years ago, so, and I only opened it, I think, this year. So, brow glue. Okay, NYX the brow glue in transparent. This is nearly all gone as well. I only put a bit on, so it's going to last quite a while. Right, and then I'm going to go in with the Sephora cream contour stick because I don't know if I've used it 10 times yet, and I want to take it out of the project this month. Oh. It shouldn't put that much time on my Get Ready With Me anyway. Let's blend down here first. So this is the Shein jumper, or one of the Shein jumpers that I bought. I actually quite like it, but I was thinking when I tried it on, is this a bit manly? I could have got a smaller size because it is a big in places like round the neck, on the shoulders. It's quite baggy, but it's like I've spoken to a few people and they're like, yeah, but I'd rather it be bigger than not. But it is meant to be a skinny jumper, you know, like skinny fit. It is what it is. It's the size that it is, and maybe next time I order a jumper I will get a size 16, an extra large instead of an extra large. I always say, oh, you're bigger than you are, and I'm not bigger than what I am. Okay, powder. This palette has just caught my eye out of the corner of my eye. I've had it a while. So it's the I Heart Revolution Tasty Pumpkin Spice Latte. I want to do a look with this. It's an all shimmer palette. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I mean, I probably do more than one look with it, to be honest. But I want to do a latte inspired look. I've done it with just a normal, I think it was shades that I pulled out. But this one is inspired by pumpkin spice. So yeah, we'll be doing a look with that probably next month sometime. Anyway, back to the makeup. Don't get sidetracked, Andrea. We're going in with this Hourglass palette. I think just for the bronzer, we'll maybe use the highlighter as well. But we're not using blushes out of here. I feel like I've barely used it. I don't know how many times I've used it, but I feel like I've barely used it. Right, let's go in with the brush. So last week, me and my sister watched a film, even though she'd seen it before. Do you know the Robbie Williams film, like the documentary? Better Man. And it was good. It was just long. It was over 3 hours long. I wouldn't mind actually watching something else. But it would need to be a film because she doesn't like to put series on because then it's like, I'm going to have to wait. But yeah, we'll see. Right, let's go on with the Dewy. It's in the shade Petal. It's a rosy glow blush. It says Healthy Glow Awakening Blush. Let me get a blush brush. Right, I'm going to go in with this. I really like this blush. Like, you have to build it up. I believe you don't have to build the new ones up, but I would rather build a blush up than you go in with too much anyway. I did want Rosewood from the new collection that they brought out. I don't know if I want it anymore. Yeah, that's about right. That's the shade mine is. This was probably one of the first blushes in this kind of shade that came out. I've had it probably close to 10 years, and it is still performing. You can see it's still performing. Yeah, this is in That's Expensive Project Pan. I'm doing well with it, nowhere near hitting pan, but like along here, you won't be able to see it, but I can see it. Maybe I can take a photo of the pan like this. I always want to do that. I can see like a big divot here. Right, let's go on with the Colourpop Super Shocking Lunch Money. This is also in the That's Expensive Project Pan. It's starting to crumble, but we'll just do what we can with it, and then I'll go in with the Hourglass strobe powder. So we're really getting use out of our products in this video. Oh, I'm on a different mix of tablets. So for my throat, I'm still saying it's silent reflux. I've agreed to trial some tablets for 12 weeks. The speech and language therapist said, we'll put you on omeprazole for 12 weeks, morning and night. Thought, fair enough. How many side effects that can come off those tablets. And then not only that, I'm on a medication, so like a syrup called Peptac, and you can either take 10 ml or 20 ml. I'm starting myself off on 10 ml, just because I don't know what the side effects of that are, because it doesn't say on the bottle, and you have to take it after every meal. So it's just like Gaviscon or any kind of, I don't know what it's called everywhere else in the world, but Gaviscon is a pretty well known one. Right, back in with the Hourglass palette for the straw powder here. Okay. Right, let's get some Huda Beauty Glowish in the shade Fair on. And then I'm going to put some of the Dalba First Spray Serum facial spray on. And oh my gosh, I need to talk to you about that. Something came across on my Instagram. And I guess she's a makeup artist, because she was talking about having one in her makeup room and one in her kit. Yeah, I presume she is a makeup artist. Anyway, I've had this for months now. I want to say at least 4 months. I mean, I'm not too sure of the day. I couldn't find it on my Amazon. Like I said, I was going to go and find it. I couldn't find it. But anyway, she's saying do it as skincare. I mean, it is a skincare product, but I don't use it as skincare. Do it as skincare. Then every powder step, like, so when you put your powder bronzer on, spritz it. When you put your foundation on, spritz it. When you do your highlighter, and I'm thinking, friggin' alright, you wouldn't have any left. And literally, she had a full bottle, and by the time she'd used it, it was down to here, guys. Anyway, I don't use a lot of this. This is why I've got all that left. Now we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Primer. Okay, so I've done that, so now we need to get my brush and put some powder on. It's just a pressed powder really, but I get it from the contour palette here. This isn't in any kind of project, amazingly. It should be, but it's not. Don't know what lipstick I'm going to wear. I might have to wear something clear, because I'm going for quite an autumnal green look today, I think. Or maybe I should go in with that gold, since I'm wearing a brown jumper. There's a gold in the Serenity palette, but if I want to use that, I think I'm going to have to get some neutral browns from another palette. Let's see. Okay, so I did want to go in with this. I don't think my sister would like it if I turned up like that. I mean, there's Odyssey, which would go really, really nicely with this jumper, I think, and the necklace. I would use Earth, but I don't think any of these other shades. I mean, some people might use Moss, but I don't want to use a green with it. So let me find some kind of neutral palette to go with this. Okay, let's try my Natasha Denona Mini Retro. Let's try this. Expand my pan there. And let's try the Natasha Denona Mini Star. And let's try this shade. I brought this in recently, last couple of weeks, and I've not really used that. I think I used it once. So I'm going to try those two. Right, I don't know if this brush is going to work. It does have a little bit of colour in it, but nothing's coming off it. Again, I'm not too sure what the shade is here. I will find it because I've written them all down in my journal. Let's go in the outer corner first. This is more of a peachy salmon shade. Really, I needed more of a neutral one, but maybe the other one from the Mini Star will give me what I want. If not, not, but at least we're not looking at green. My sister would have been like, and what have you come as? Because when she used to wear makeup, it was always about the neutrals for her. I need to clean this mirror off, guys. Right, I think that's it for that one. Then we're going to go in with this shade here. Then I'll go in with the one from Serenity to deepen it out a bit. Oh yeah, this is giving me more of the look I was going for, the neutral and not so much the peach. Like, you can't really see it anyway, but this side is definitely more peachy. Okay, let's go back in with that powder from the Revolution palette, just to blend things out evenly. Always doesn't look as nice on the left eye. It's like, why can't I get them even? Right, so it's this grungy brown here, which has got a bit of green in it, so hopefully it will work out. Right, I'm gonna go in with, just to see, and then ooh, she's pigmented, and then we can blend it out a bit with the other side. Based. I think that's why I've not used them yet, because I'll show you the palette, but it looks like this. Some of it, like the majority of it, is Halloween based. These 3 shades up here, I think, are Halloween based. I'll tell you the shade names. So we've got Bad Pumpkin, Mischief Marble, and G'day. Well, G'day isn't. Then we've got a nice pumpkin orange here, which is called Sweet Lemon. Candy Glass, they're both by Glam Shop. And then we've got another Glamonatrix one here called Kitten. Kitten could be classed as Halloween, like at a stretch, you know, with cats, especially more Halloween. And then you've got the G'day shade here, which I would have liked to have used with this shade because I think it's going to be quite bland. So I'll probably use it for next rotation and don't pull any singles out. But we'll talk about that in the next Shop My Stash. I think I do only have one palette and one more look with the Colourpop Flutterby. Anyway, let me go into this really pretty gold I showed you earlier called Odyssey. So pretty. It's really not coming up how I want you to see it. I hope it does on the eyes. Oh, so stunning. Well, my sister can't complain at this shade. It's neutral. Luna will be smelling my makeup though. Last week, honestly, she was like, I don't know what was wrong with her. I'm like, is she due a period? You know, because I've never seen her like that with me. She was on the sofa. She was like pouring me when I was stroking her. When I stopped stroking her, she got up and she looked at me as if to say, why have you stopped stroking me? And I'm like, Luna, you can't have all the attention. I'm trying to watch Better Man. And then she got up, put her back to me and went like that with her neck because she likes her neck to be stroked. And it's like, come on, Luna, give me a break, girl. And then I asked my niece, I said, is she due a period? Right, I'm going in with the shade Opal. I used this yesterday for the inner corner. And she said, I don't think so. She said, they're supposed to only come on once every 6 months. That doesn't sound right. But I don't know much about dogs. Well, I don't know anything about dogs. So that's what we're looking like so far. I think we're done with the palette. Not sure though, so we'll just leave that there. I'm going to go in with the 17 Bigger Better Lash. Really, really like this mascara. You all know that. and I still don't know what lipstick to wear. Maybe I'll get a gloss out of my drawer. I think I've got some Laneige lip balms in my drawer, and I think I'm going to take maybe one or two to my niece. She loved the last one I gave, and they're only little minis. I'm just not using them. My sister will be saying, "But have you tried them?" Yeah, but obviously you wipe it away. You like put the excess up and wipe it away. It's completely okay for her to use. I mean, I don't have anything. I don't get lip sores or anything like that. I have got a lot. And this is not all my, like, it's all my lip glosses and things like that. I'm thinking maybe, do I do an elf one? Right, let me look through. Right, I'm going to give my niece this one. Purple is her favourite colour, so it's the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in Gummy Bear. She's going to be so surprised. And I'm going to use the Elf Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm in Strawberry Shortcake, I think it is. Is it? I'm sure that's a shade. Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake. These are so nice. I think when I finish this one, I'd get another. Not necessarily the same one. These to me smell, if you've ever had Slim Fast shakes, they smell of that. Oh, Luna's going to be all over me with this sun. What she does, right, she jumps all over me when I get into my sister's. She'll come to me, she'll start smelling me. She smells my lips in particular because there's always a scent on them, like vanilla, in this case strawberry. And she gets so excited she sneezes, and it's like, calm down, Luna, calm down. I'm not kissing you. Right, so I need to take both those to my sister's. Right, let me come closer. Let me do the overview where I come closer. So you're not really seeing a lot of glitter in this gold here. I'm going to take a picture, I think. I do really, really like it. I think it's a pretty look. Like with the purple that I used, you saw like glitter in it and it was really, really nice. And the next day, even glitter was up here because I forgot to take my makeup off. So yeah, that's the eye look. Very, very pretty. Thank you for joining me, guys. If you're new here and do like Get Ready With Me / Makeup of the Days, please like, subscribe, share and comment. It would mean the absolute world to me, and I'll see you all in the next one.